Fighting for freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. The Patrick Riggins Show. Call in now at 865-243-8255. That's 243-TALK. And now your host, Patrick Riggins.
Real quick before we get into this second segment too far, we're going to take a call here. Brian from Fountain City. How you doing, Brian?
Hey, good afternoon. I was enjoying the Zappa part of your bumper music.
Yeah, like that?
Then it kind of fell into some easy listening stuff. And it's like, I hope no one's tuning in right now. They won't know that this is a talk show.
Yeah, that's Tori's a big Frank Zappa fan.
Thank you.
Well, that makes two of us.
Yeah, he'll appreciate it. I love that lead-in song, too. What's that? The Slime, isn't it, Tori?
I Am the Slime.
I Am the Slime, yes. What do we got today, Brian?
Well, gee, where to start? What passes for debate in this country these days, unless it's some sort of news show shouting match, whoever shouts the loudest is the winner, then it devolves into that prime time infotainment. Which is...
It's exactly what it is. It's an infomercial.
Yeah, and it's all tastes great, less filling. Great, less filling.
Good way to put it.
And, when it comes down to it, you've got one party saying, well, we're having pizza, and it's going to have this kind of crust and, the marinara sauce on it and mozzarella cheese, and it's got to have pepperoni or it ain't a pizza. Mm-hmm. And now we can pick off this other stuff that comes with it that we don't like. But those other evil guys over there, they've got whole wheat crust, man, and Alfredo sauce and feta cheese, man. And I think they even put pineapples and ham on it.
Yeah, and they hid it, too. They hid it down in there so you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what kind of pizza do you want? And it's like, dude, I want some raw meat, ramen noodles, and a beer. I don't want pizza.
Yeah, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
You're going to have to call Ron Paul if you want that.
You get pizza and
well,
like it.
Isn't it really amazing? And just, looking at how close, say, the 2000 election was, which was, if you want to get technical, I guess it's the closest we've ever had. But it still comes down to 1 out of 6 Americans get to choose the folks that tell the other 5 folks in the equation how to live.
Well, Brian, let me bounce something off. This is something I've not talked about on the show, and I've not done enough research on it yet to formally postulate it here. But the feeling I get is the reason we're having these close elections is because we don't have someone who stands out there and puts it on the line and tells you exactly how they feel. Because when we have a candidate that does that, usually we landslide. Because this person...
I'm saying that if you're not one of the 2 majority parties, you get no love in the press.
Oh, no. Well, because there's no difference between the 2 of them.
Well, yeah, but if you are a third party or a fourth or a fifth party, you get no love because the other 2 parties, the 2 majority parties, so dominate the press and everyone's perception that no one will, unless they're really gung-ho, libertarian or green or, for whatever, any other party out there that has organized and is actually running candidates. And that is such a small minority, really, that everyone's perception is, well, they can't possibly win, and I want to vote for a winner.
They want to vote for a winner. That's exactly right. That's what happens. As I've said on this show, vote for the third party you believe in and tell everybody you voted for the winner. Who's going to know?
Absolutely correct. And, hold folks to what they say. If you remember back in 1994, as a backlash against perhaps Hillary Care and Bill Clinton in general, there was the Republican Revolution, where they, had
They all swept
contract
in.
for America. And the very first one of those planks was term limits for Congress.
Yeah.
It got mentioned once in Congress and promptly went away, and we haven't heard from that faction since.
Well,
we brought it up.
That's
Brought it up, it went away.
Yeah, I think that term limits, I kind of see that as abdicating your responsibility to vote the bums out.
Well, it is, but also, by the same token, I need incumbent and voter apathy protection.
You won't buy some insurance for that.
Well, I mean, term limits kind of helps out, because it's going to have a turnover, fresher faces, not someone who's had their palms greased by lobbyists for however many years,
Yeah, exactly.
And, my reelection campaign. I really wonder when conservatives in Washington and liberals in Washington compare their donors list, how much it is exactly the same as they're clinking their martini glasses together, smiling real big.
I'm up on the break here, Brian. I got to let you go here. I appreciate the call. This is Patrick Riggins with the Patrick Riggins Show. We'll be back after these messages.